Hello again. Now I'll walk you through the potato basics, a course I like to call Potatoes 101. Once we're done with this installment, you'll know how to order potatoes for your operation, the differences between potato types and forms, and easy ways to incorporate them into your school meals. The first step as an operator is ordering. There are many nuances to this, so let's dive right in. When looking at meal pattern requirements, the size of the potato is of utmost importance. Potatoes count toward the required daily offerings of vegetables for reimbursable meals under USDA's National School Lunch and School Breakfast programs. Always refer to the USDA Food Buying Guide for school meal programs or child nutrition programs when purchasing potatoes to get the number of portions you need for your menu. Whether you're choosing a russet potato or a fingerling can make a big difference. All forms of potatoes are listed in the USDA Food Buying Guide, which will help you determine the amount to order based on your desired number of servings. The yield on fresh potatoes, for example, is different depending on the type of potato and the potato pack size. There are a variety of potato pack sizes, and each of them credits differently. Two common pack sizes for schools are 120 count and 80 count. One whole baked 120 count potato credits as 1/2 cup starchy vegetable, while one whole baked 80 count potato credits as 1 cup of starchy vegetable. This information will help you purchase the right potato for your menu. Every carton of potatoes includes 50 pounds of potatoes. What varies is the size and the number of potatoes. For example, a carton of 120 count potatoes will include 114 to 126 potatoes. On the other hand, a carton of 80 count potatoes will include 76 to 84 potatoes. Through the USDA Foods program, you can order many different types of potatoes, including fresh russets, potato wedges which come frozen and in fat-free and sodium-free forms, potatoes for frozen processing, and potatoes for dehydrated processing. Ask your state USDA Foods program specialist for more information about procuring potato products through USDA food distribution. There are many potato varieties, forms, and suppliers to support ease of use and operational efficiency. If you need help getting potatoes in your school, contact Potatoes USA at 303-369-7783 or Potatoes Raise the Bar at potatoesusa.com. Now that you know the basics of ordering, let's explore the different potato types and forms and how to prepare them. First up are fresh potatoes. When choosing your potatoes, look for clean, smooth, firm-textured potatoes with no cuts, bruises, or discoloration. There are more than 100 varieties of potatoes sold throughout the United States. Each variety fits into the category of russets, reds, whites, yellows, purple, blues, fingerlings, or petites. Let me tell you a little bit more about each of them. Here we have a russet potato, which most of you are probably very familiar with. Russets are ideal for light and fluffy mashed potatoes. They also fry up crisp and golden brown, and they are the potato of choice for baking. Schools can serve them on baked potato bar with all kinds of toppings, from traditional sour cream and chives to spicy and bold Mediterranean or Latin flavors. I love cutting them into planks or wedges to make hearty oven-roasted fries, too. Next is the red potato. Because of their waxy texture, the flesh of red potatoes stays firm throughout the cooking process, whether they are being roasted or cooked in a stew. They are great in potato salads as well. This is a white potato. I love that these hold their shape well after cooking. Their delicate, thin skin adds just the right amount of texture to a velvety mashed potato dish without the need for peeling, a time-saving kitchen hack for school food service operators. And here we have yellow potatoes. Grilling yellows is great because they get a crispy skin that enhances their dense flesh, creating a slightly sweet, caramelized flavor. The creamy texture and golden color of yellow potatoes mean you can use less or no butter for lighter, healthier dishes too. These are purples blues. Kids get a kick out of these. Most blue-purple potatoes have moist, firm flesh that retains its shape while adding a rich, vibrant color perfect for potato salads. Fingerling potatoes are up next, and they come in 3 colors. These are a great choice for schools because they require minimal prep. I like to roast them whole to enhance their buttery flavor. I have a great school food service recipe for ranch roasted fingerlings. And finally, petite potatoes. Schools can roast or steam a combination of petite colors for an eye-catching side dish that kids will want to grab. Their concentrated flavors and quicker cooking time makes petites a good choice for potato salads in a hurry, too. Like fingerlings, they save you time because they can be prepared and served whole without slicing or chopping. All right, now that you know more about your fresh potatoes, let's run through how to properly store and prepare them. For storage and handling, you'll want to make sure that the potatoes are in a cool, well-ventilated place. Colder temperatures lower than 50 degrees, such as in a refrigerator, cause a potato starch to convert to sugar, resulting in a sweet taste and discoloration when cooked. If you do refrigerate, letting the potato warm gradually to room temperature before cooking can reduce the discoloration. You will want to avoid storing potatoes in areas that reach high temperatures, such as beneath the sink or next to large appliances, and areas that receive too much light, like on a countertop near a window. The best way to extend the shelf life of a fresh potato is to store them in their cardboard cases with the lid on. And don't wash potatoes, or any other produce for that matter, before storing. Dampness results in early spoilage, and nobody wants that. Generally, when you're cleaning your potatoes, you will want to gently scrub the skin with a vegetable brush under cool running water. Now let's talk about peeling a potato. But note that potato skins are totally edible and delicious in a variety of dishes, so it's not a must. When peeling, use a sturdy vegetable peeler. Now that the potato is peeled, here are a few tips for cutting and slicing potatoes. Potatoes can roll around on the board, and when peeled they are also slippery, so practice good knife safety. It is important to have a firm grip on the potato and to keep your fingers tucked under. I like to create a flat edge on a round product for stability on my cutting board. Simply take a thin slice of potato off one side and you'll have a sturdy flat surface for the potato to rest on as you cut it into slices or dice. First, make sure you have a clean cutting board and be sure you're using proper, safe food handling practices. Now that you have prepped your potatoes, it's time to cook. There are 3 main methods for cooking potatoes in schools: baking, boiling, and roasting. First, let's go over baking. The perfect baked potato is crispy on the outside and fluffy in the middle and can be used to make smashed potatoes. We recommend using russet potatoes for baking because of its flavor and texture, but you can use any type of potato for this method. Once you pick the potato you want to use, wash it, preheat the oven to 400 degrees, place on a parchment-lined sheet pan, and pierce each potato with a fork. Then spray lightly with vegetable oil. Cooking time may vary depending on the size of the potato and your equipment, but generally, potatoes take about 1 hour to bake. Next up is the boiling method, ideal for mashed potatoes. Boiling is simple. First, wash your favorite type of potato. We recommend red, yellow, or purple potatoes because they hold their shape when boiled and have thinner skin, meaning they cook faster. Place potatoes in a pot and add enough cool water to cover the potatoes. Always begin cooking potatoes in cool water. When the water around the potatoes heats up, so does the water inside the potatoes, which allows them to cook evenly all the way through. Set the pan over high heat and bring to a boil. Reduce the heat to a rapid simmer and cook for 10 minutes or until tender. Drain, then shake the potatoes over low heat for 1 minute to dry the potatoes. Lastly, we're going to roast some potatoes. Roasting is yet another simple method of cooking potatoes. First, preheat the oven from 400 to 450 degrees. Using a commercial produce cutter, cut red potatoes into quarters and place them in a large mixing bowl. Next, drizzle the spuds with oil and add your favorite seasonings. Stir the ingredients until they are evenly coated and place wedges in a single layer on a sheet pan. Bake in the preheated oven for about 20 minutes. Bam, you're done. Now that we've covered fresh potatoes, let's move on to frozen potatoes. U.S. frozen potato products are of the highest quality. These high-performance potatoes come in a large variety of value-added forms suitable for any cafeteria. Store frozen potato products in the freezer at -10 to 0 degrees Fahrenheit. Always keep frozen potatoes frozen until ready to cook. There are 2 main reasons to choose frozen potatoes. There is often less prep time needed, and they have a longer shelf life. United States potato processors use state-of-the-art technology to meet the high industry standards. Thus, the frozen potatoes maintain fresh-picked nutrition. Lucky for us, there are a variety of frozen potato forms available. We have in front of me whole frozen baked potatoes. These bakers have the same great taste as a US fresh potato, just in a frozen form. Frozen half shells. These are pre-baked and quick frozen to provide a fast and wholesome foundation for almost any recipe. Frozen straight cut fries, an American staple. Crinkle cut fries, a fun take on regular fries. Frozen wedges, a heartier alternative to the classic fry. Frozen mashed potatoes. These are mashed potatoes simply without the hassle of washing, peeling, cutting, cooking, and mashing. Loop or curly fries. This unique shape is popular among consumers who are willing to pay more for a premium product. Lattice or basket weave cuts. These can be ordered with special seasonings and battered to create a unique signature product. Iqf shreds. These beauties cut labor time and cost and eliminate kitchen waste. Iqf slices. These are fresh potatoes that have been sliced, peeled, and blanched, then instantly quick froze to preserve nutrition and flavor. Tater drums or tots. These are popular for the contrast of their crispy outside texture with their chewy potato inside. Iqf Hashbrown Patties. These are a popular and convenient variation of hash browns. Iqf dices, which are already diced and pre-cooked before being frozen. To get the most out of your frozen potatoes, we're going to run through some cooking techniques. First, one of my favorites, the speed rack hack. To get a rack of frozen potatoes ready to batch cook, you'll need a speed rack, perforated sheet pans, and a speed rack bag to keep covered in the freezer. Stack the perforated sheet pans on a work surface. Perforated sheet pans help frozen potatoes bake up extra crispy. Next, place the frozen potatoes in a single layer on each pan, being careful not to crowd the pieces. Place each pan onto the speed rack as it is filled. Once the speed rack is loaded, cover it with a disposable plastic speed rack bag. Roll the speed rack into the freezer until you are ready to batch cook the potatoes. Now that you know all about fresh and frozen potatoes, let's explore dehydrated potatoes. Store dehydrated potatoes on food storage shelves in the dry storage area. US high-quality dehydrated potatoes are real potatoes, just with the water removed. They deliver all of the flavor, nutrition, and versatility of potatoes in a more convenient package. They can be added to salads, main dishes, and even desserts. Dehydrated potatoes are great for many reasons. For one, they can be easily used in quantity food service. They also take up less storage space, are less heavy than fresh or frozen potatoes, and you get more bang for your buck without losing any of the nutritional benefits. There are several forms of dehydrated, or as we like to call them, dehy potatoes. Here's a look at what products are available. Standard flakes. Standard potato flakes are among the most well-known and widely used products. Made from premium US potatoes, standard flakes are bright white in color and when reconstituted, have the dry, mealy texture and delicious flavor typical of freshly cooked mashed potatoes. They also come in a low peel, low leach variety. Standard granules. Like potato flakes, granules are prepared using top quality sliced, cooked, and dried potatoes. Extra steps create a dried granular texture that increase bulk density in shipping, giving potato granules appeal as an economical choice. Granules also reconstitute exceptionally well. Schools might use them to make mashed potatoes in a snap. Mashed potato mixes. US processors offer a wide choice of convenient mashed potato mixes. These products consist of agglomerated and/or blended potato flakes and granules, often pre-seasoned for further convenience. Granular and fine flour. Potato flour is simply cooked, dried ground potatoes with no additives. Flour produces a stickier product when liquid is added, and is best used in small amounts to extend other flours. Slices, dices, and shreds. US potato processors offer a wide variety of dehydrated potato slices, dices, and shreds for contemporary food service. These products are the ultimate convenience. Provide your students with fresh potato flavor and nutrition without washing, peeling, slicing, dicing, and shredding. Once rehydrated, they cook up firm just like freshly prepared potatoes. As I said, dehydrated potatoes have many different applications. For soups and sauces, just add dehydrated potatoes for more depth, thickness, and nutrition. Dehydrated potatoes are fantastic for baking. You can even use them in your pizza crust. Congratulations, you've passed Potatoes 101.